Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to this mobile interactive question and answer session. And people can ring up this number, which you find it on the screen, and ask any question. One pointed question you can ask, and you have to give the name first and then the question. That will be fine. We can do that. I can answer your question. And the planetary positions are today: Moon is in Aries, Rahu is in Taurus, Mercury and Sun in Cancer, and Mars and Venus in Leo, Ketu in Scorpio, and Mandi in Sagittarius, and in Capricorn we have retrograde Saturn, and in Aquarius we have retrograde Jupiter. This is the planetary position as on today. So today's topic, I would like to stress upon the point, getting the best out of the present. Unfortunately, astrology has been in a way slightly misunderstood by many people, as if it is meant only for knowing the future, which is not the right stand to take for anybody. There is a lot to be done as far as our present, the current time is concerned. Astrology will be highly beneficial provided we are able to handle the present. Whereas the moment we say astrology, it is all going back to the scenario of knowing the future. Knowing the future is not so important in my opinion. There is a call, I will continue. Hello.
Hello, Namaskar sir, I am from Abhishek from Kanpur.
Okay.
Sir, actually I am doing a government job,
Okay.
and I will give a representation to my higher authority to continue job in the same department. I want to know you that its final outcome or its reply of my representation is in my favor.
Okay, that means what you are saying is you want to continue with the job. It's about the job prospects, right?
In the same department.
Okay. Department, I may not be able to help you in that, but anyway, just hold on for a while. I'll try to check and tell you. Please be on the line. I'm working on that. I'm just trying to answer your question. Six to 5. There is a possibility by about October to November, there is a possibility of continuing in the same department.
I will give representation now or is in October, November?
No. You try. See, I don't believe in fixing up muhurtas, nor that is the right method. You should start putting efforts. You can straight away start putting efforts at the earliest and hope for the best. There is a strong possibility nevertheless. 6 to 5, 5 to 9. Yes, it is possible. Looks like it is.
Its result is in my favor.
I hope so. By God willing, it has to be in your favor is what I feel. You start putting efforts by 18th October to 20th October, you may come to know the result of it. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
All the best. So, I was mentioning more than the future, what is important is the present. Dreaming about the future and losing the present may not be a good stand to take at all. Future may be good, may not be so good, is all a different matter. Let me ask. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I want to know that when will I get rid of my deficiency and weaknesses?
Get rid of?
Of my deficiency and weaknesses.
Deficiencies and weaknesses in what? Is it the health?
In my life.
No,
my life.
no. That is not a question, pointed question. That question can never be answered through astrology at all. Everybody will have lots of deficiencies, lots of plus points also. You have to pinpoint an area of your activity, whether you are referring to education, family life.
No. I was married, but I was not able to perform my sexual activities, so my wife left me.
That is your personal issue, no? The problem, marriage problem issue, where you are not able to sexually get excited and do the intercourse. That is what you are saying, is it?
Yes.
Hold on.
My name is Mangilal Bhattar.
Hold on. Got it. Hold on. I am looking at the Kundali. Be on the line. I will try to answer your question. You see, you need to take the medical advice. I don't know whether you have already done that or not, but however, keep your efforts on, pursue with the medical professionals, and could be that when Saturn turns direct by about October end, maybe you will get a solution, and that may lead to something better, is what I feel. There is a problem.
This month, this year, October.
Correct. I am saying that you need to consult medical experts in that field and take the necessary medication. Prashna Kundli wise, I say that when Saturn turns direct by about 20th October, let us say, you might get a solution, and you have been trying for too long, it has never happened, and now there is a possibility of that. Try that, to start your medical treatment and take it up seriously. Maybe you will be able to get onto the act of sexual. Okay?
Okay, before my marriage.
Huh?
Yes, before my marriage, I will get it definitely.
I think the question is misunderstood, or I have not. Your problem is about getting married, or is it that
before marriage I will get rid of my deficiency? No.
You try that. That is possible. You need some additional treatment. Consult the medical experts, and they may be able to give you suggestion. It will be a bit slow, but by when Saturn moves to the next house, it will be good. That means by October you might experience something little better. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
So, in trying to know the future through astrology, what is forgotten is the importance of the present. And we ignore the present, we are ignoring the future. And just daydreaming about the future doesn't help. Just because of astrology, okay, the future will be like this, like that, it may be good, bad, forget about it. I am of the point that you need to value the present, because time is running out. Every hour we are losing our precious life. It is getting reduced by every hour. So here we need to stress upon the present rather than the future. In fact, it may be against the principles of promoting astrology. But how astrology you can use for saving the present more than trying to get to know of the future. The importance of patience, which relates to principles that I want to share with all of you, is about making the most out of the present. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Pati, and I would like to know that the sustainability of myself in my current job.
Hold on. 7 to 6, 6 to 5, 5 to 9. Of course, the Prashna Kundli indicates a certain amount of doubts about the sustainability, but that is nothing negative. Perhaps my suggestion is you have to somehow manage until about April 2022, that is when Jupiter moves to its own sign. Maybe since June 20th, you may be experiencing some reversals in your present job. Does it appeal to you?
Right. Sorry, it is not clear to me. Can you just elaborate?
Yeah. Maybe from June 20th, that is only last month, before last month, you must have started experiencing some uncomfortable situation or you were
Exactly. Yes, that is right. Some kind of disruption and then some kind of readjustment of other people in the company.
Okay.
So,
okay.
That is only last month, before last month.
1 second.
You have started experiencing some
sorry, there was an interruption.
your voice is not clear actually.
Now,
I can't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is clear.
Now
it is audible.
Okay. See, what I said is from June 20th, the retrogression of Jupiter has caused you that problem. By about 18th October, Jupiter becomes direct. That is when you will be able to sort of get hold of the past and you may be able to move on further. And when you move on further, by April 2022, your job portfolios might get enlarged.
Okay.
And it is, so to say, I would not call it as unstable or anything. It will be stable, but you need to do a lot of exercise before 18th October to reorient your thoughts to the what the establishment requires.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, because of that variations, you are feeling the threat of loss of job or change or something like that. Not to worry at all. Okay.
Yeah, so at least this job will be, I mean, I really like working here. It does a certain kind of restructuring is happening. I got little uncomfortable with that. So as you are saying that it is going to be a prolonged thing. Unless,
that is, prolonging is not too late. It may be up to about end of October you might find, and whatever revision that is taking place in your assignments, that is only for the better in the future. From end of October, you will start finding much better vibrations and more enthusiasm to work, and the job will be stable. And as soon as you approach April 2022, there will be good things in store for you. Not to worry.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
thank you so much.
All the best.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So the present has to be first caught hold of while trying to dream about the future. Hello?
Hello, sir. I'm Mohit from Rajasthan, Jodhpur.
Okay, what is the question?
Sir, my question is my relationship problem. Sometimes here her family are not agreeing, and sometimes रिश्तेदार कुछ लोग हो जाता है, तो हम लोग अभी रिलेशनशिप में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम मैरिज नहीं हो पा रहा है.
Relationship with your wife?
नहीं, with my girlfriend.
Huh?
Girlfriend.
I'm not able to hear that last word.
I am asking a girlfriend.
Oh, okay, with girlfriend. Okay, hold on. You
Yeah,
are not yet
okay.
married. You are dating with a girl. We want to know.
Yes.
Hold on.
My family was agreeing, but her family was not agreeing.
Let me check on that. Hold on, please.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that the girl side family is not amenable
Not
to your
agreed.
proposal. is something which is moving back and forth. It is not that she might have totally given up or the relatives have given up. It will continue. You put your efforts further, you can pursue that. And by about April 2022, that is when Jupiter also transits to Pisces. That will be a good period for the marriage. The same alliance may come through, and you might have experienced reversals from when the moment Jupiter turned retrograde on June 20th, you must have started experiencing. Does it appeal to you? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, yes, I am able to hear you. Go ahead. So, from June 20th, you may be experiencing that the girl side is not agreeing. Is that correct?
Girls family are not agreed.
That is what?
The proposal from girls family.
Okay.
But now time girls family are not agreed.
No, they will agree. You wait until October, there will be changes for the better. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Just changes for the better, and it is very likely that you are likely to marry that girl. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. All the best. All the best. So, catching hold of seize the present, that is what is very important compared to looking at the future. And I will make a small presentation. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to ask about my son.
What's his son name?
His name is Dhananjay.
Dhananjay. Hold on. What do you want to ask about son?
About like his future and studies, sir.
Not future. I will talk about studies. Hold on.
Okay. Yes, sir. Studies only. He's in 12th standard. He's doing, apart from that, coding and digital market from Google, sir. Okay? Whether it is in future, it is helpful to him, or he wanted to come to Bangalore, actually, sir. It is not happening. So just I wanted to ask question on this.
Hold on. Yes, by about November things will be sorted out, but the confusion what you mentioned still exists, and I feel that it's a good line of activity for him, and it will be good for him. He can pursue that. There is no doubt about it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All the best. All the best. So seizing the present is of utmost importance, and making the most of the present, that is to be underlined here. And we are all used to obsess over chasing for things we wanted to have, but we are never satisfied. We don't take the time to appreciate what we already have now. That is the main problem with most of the human beings, with all of us in fact. There is no question of differentiation in that. And here is what we learned about embracing the present rather than imagining what the future could be, because we are living in it right now. See, we are living in the future right now, which is at the moment present. So we should not ignore the present. That is what I want to share with all of you. And nothing happens in this world without a reason. There is a reason, but we are unaware of it. In fact, the human life goes on by factors which are not known to us than what is known. This is the truth, but we do not seem to accept it for our own reasons, because our level of consciousness is so low, we don't realize that point. I believe everything happens for a reason. Instead of thinking, what if we did this instead of this, focus on what we have, what ifs. Just let us forget about what ifs. That doesn't help in any manner. What ifs are manifesting things we want to do, but have not done them. We are only visualizing, we are thinking about it, but we are not started acting. The point here to be noted is we should start acting now. That is the point. And if you don't want to be plagued with the things you could have done, just start now. Otherwise, don't think about the things you want when there is something already in front of you. We are ignoring what is front of us and trying to think more than that, which again is an obstacle in our own path. That is how we are in a way putting spokes to our own future, and we run up to astrologers to find the future. What is important is you first try to maximize the benefit of what is available, what is the present. The present is a part of the future. We are already living in it. We are already living in the future by facing the present. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello. Yes, sir. My name is Manisha.
What is the question?
Question, sir. The question is like by what time I will be getting proper success in my education and career?
No, proper success I cannot define. If you talk about, if you want to...
Like, sir, success in the sense, like, by what time I am settling? In terms of career?
No, in terms of, see, have you completed the education or are you pursuing the education still?
Sir, I am pursuing the education right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, I don't find any obstacles in your education. Maybe you have started revising or rethinking about certain aspects of your education from quite some time. Let us say about...
Yes, sir, I am feeling a bit anxious, tensed, worried and everything like that.
Not to do that. Don't worry about it. By end of this year, definitely there will be a sort of a solution coming on its own. These are all the effects of planetary transit. Right now, for the key question that you asked, Saturn is the causative planet, is the significator for this question, and at the moment it is retrograde. It will become direct by end of October, and from then onwards you will get the requisite clarity, and not to worry. And I don't know if you are trying to pursue something connected with is it a possibility that arts like Mars and Venus are combination? Mars means, is it, Venus-Mars combination normally suggests something like cultural activities and all that. Is that so? Does it make any meaning?
I am doing company secretary course, sir. I am in CS finance.
Company secretary course, okay. 4 to 5, 5 to 9.
So education is good, otherwise?
Yeah, it is good. That is good. You can pursue that. There is no problem. And you might find some marginal benefits by August 17th to September 17th. That is when Sun transits in its own sign Leo. That may be good for you. Maybe you will have some sort of an apparent satisfaction. But all said and done, you need to wait until the end of this year, December 15th onwards. You will be having much better clarity about the future. Okay?
I'll be, this is suitable for me and I'll be getting successful.
Yeah, you will be successful. No problem at all. Okay, all the best.
Thank you so much.
Bye. So, thinking about the future most often is likely to upset the present. So, that is when there is something already waiting for you right in front of your eyes. We are never satisfied. Not satisfied because we will constantly be chasing for things rather than taking the moment or using the present moment to do something better. We need to start appreciating the current scenario, whatever we are in. Even if we think that it is not very satisfactory, that doesn't matter. Pursue that. And to make the future more meaningful, just seize the opportunity now. make the most out of every situation that we come across. Particularly when you are not satisfied with something, you should take the best benefit out of it. Optimize all the points in your favor and look ahead for the future instead of worrying about the future. If you encounter a situation that is less than ideal, do something about it. We realize that nothing gets accomplished by only wishing for it. See, our desires are too many. Just keeping the desire and praying for the desire doesn't help. Let us start using all the resources available at our disposal and focus on the future. Astrology is no doubt meant to throw light on the future. But the most important point lies in using the present. That is where the Prashna Kundali comes into picture, and astrology should be used for that. Research shows that positive emotions provide an enhanced ability to build skills and develop resources to use later in life. This is the crux of the issue. And considered when this is considered, it broadens and builds, because positive emotions broaden our sense of responsibilities, and it opens up our mind, which in turn allows to build new skills and resources that can provide value in other areas of our life. See, we do not know. We only think about complaints, and we don't have this, that is not favorable, this is not favorable, so on and so forth. Whereas complaining doesn't help. And we are losing the present also in trying to complain about our present situation. And complaining won't get you anywhere. Negative emotions prevent our brain from seeing the positive other options and choices available before us, that is surrounding us in a way. We find that complaining makes us not to want to do anything, and is a big demotivator to moving on further. And going to the point of emotions, our emotions influence the people around us. Positive emotions enable change. Negative emotions are an obstacle in emotional growth. Emotional growth has to be there, without which a man cannot survive. He cannot pull on in this world. We have to be emotional, but in a positive manner, and we need to use the current opportunities right before us. This we are not probably doing efficiently. We are used to complaining a lot about the present. We would relieve our stress by taking about other people, or how my life was not as great as the others. See, comparison is the worst thing. For no reason, rather put it the other way, for any reason, we should not be comparing with others around us. Maybe similar age group, with similar qualification, what we called as our peers in the, what we generally term it as peers. We are only seeing that, okay, that man got a very good job, I have the same degree and qualification, in fact I have got scored higher marks in my degree exam. Why is it that I am not getting it? This is a negative emotion, and that only stalls our further progress, and it also stops our further positive vibrations and positive emotions. Friends and family constantly complain in such a way that it can never make things better. This is another problem. When somebody is going through some problem or the other, it is the family and associates and companions who unfortunately do not know the impact of what they talk about that individual. That particular individual is already under some sort of a stress or strain, and things are not clear, and we start making negative comments. We are only deepening the problems of the person who is under some sort of a problem. This is a very wrong attitude in the society. Whereas on the other hand, if they are making enough money, very well employed and all that, we start praising them. But let go the person who has some problem. It should have been the other way around. Like someone who needs help, particularly the emotional and psychological support, that person has to be given the best of our attention. We don't seem to do that. But when, God willing not, if that happens to ourselves, where do we stand? They don't bother about it. In fact, whether it is, you call it as a good mannerism or good method or not, I don't know, I have my own doubts. This can't be something which can be easily tolerated. A man who is already in some problem, we are only imposing more problems on him or her, which is, adding to the stress and strain of that particular person who is probably feeling insecure or something happening, something lacking in the life of that person. Instead of encouraging, motivating and inspiring, we are only trying to demotivate and demoralize him. That should not be done. This is something which we need to understand. Even from a spiritual perspective, we incur the worst of bad karmas by doing that. That is why we need to be extraordinarily careful on that. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Shakti, and I am aiming to move out of my house, preferably to foreign land. So, can you put some light into this?
Hold on. There are chances, but I cannot give you a very positive answer to this. You need to keep trying, and things will be good. That is only one between August 17th to September 17th. There may be certain things good, and that may lead you to satisfaction of your desire. 11 to 5, 5 to 9. Yeah, it is possible by about October, November, there are some chances of moving away from where you are staying. I can't say definitely foreign, but that is what the Prashna Kundli says. And definitely there is a good chance around end of October. That is because Saturn, the causative planet for that in this Prashna Kundli, is retrograde now. By about the end of October, that becomes direct. That is when something can be expected, and that might help you in achieving your ambition. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
So, constantly complaining in such a way that it can never make things better. In fact, it makes us feel stressed, insecure, and the things we wanted to do were useless. Hello? So eventually, with all this kind of psychological drama, eventually we find that complaining holds us back from appreciating the present. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
So my name is Rishita, and I just called to ask whether will I be able to excel in my career or not.
I did not get your question. Can you please repeat?
So actually, I'm Rishita.
Okay.
I'm from Bhopal, and right now I'm studying pharmacy, and I want to know whether would I be able to excel in my career or not.
Okay, that is something about your job, and you want to know whether you will be able to excel in your job.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, hold on.
Yes, because what I feel is that I want to.
Okay, but see, the excel is a very generic word, but anyway, I will try to give you some information on the job. Hold on.
Okay, but see, the Excel is a very generic word, but anyway, I will try to find some.
Please mute the audio Please mute the audio at your end.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should not have any doubt. You will definitely be able to do well. And whatever little uncomfortable situation that you may be possibly feeling from May 23rd, that is when Saturn, the causative planet for this Prashna Lagna, became retrograde. From May 23rd, probably there is a little drop in your enthusiasm, and you have started thinking about various other avenues, whether you will excel or not. That doubt has started coming in. Do not yield to that doubt. Please be firm and put your best efforts. You will be able to excel undoubtedly.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, all the best. So, complaining only demotivates us. One second. So, and habit of complaining only demotivates, and even the positive mindset will also get demolished in the bargain. This is something which we should never attempt to do. So start now, having realized certain deficiencies in our present, to improve and get on to a better future is only to start working from right now, instead of trying to guess things and trying to get to know of the future. That is, even here in this context also, astrology comes into picture. Use astrology for the purpose of seeking guidance, like that other girl who called up just now. She is feeling little not so confident to whether she will excel in her career or not. She should not get worried about it. She should only put much better efforts and get a stronghold of the deficiencies, whatever she is facing in the career, and she has to look for something good. That is the way we can motivate ourselves. I would call it as self-motivation. This is where astrology comes into picture. It is not the just knowing the future. That is where astrology stands. That is of a very minor use in a way. What is the use of knowing about the future unless we are able to know the present? After all, the present is a part of the future that is coming in. And to worry about the past, it could be really meaningless. It doesn't help in any way. And even recollecting the past experiences, unless there is a lesson to be learned, there is no use in that. So astrology comes into picture more effectively when we want to use the present to the best of our ability and means, and find out what kind of resources we can gather across, and what hints and suggestions that we can get through astrology, and implement it. Start implementing instead of worrying, instead of complaining, all that. We should stop worrying about it, complaining about it, and start implementing the suggestions that might come through the astrology, subject of astrology. Whereas it is grossly misunderstood or misconveyed that astrology is meant for knowing the future. Actually, it is not I will not contribute for such an opinion. Instead of being bitter about a situation, we cannot do anything about it. We try finding ways we can do something about it. That is a better method than being bitter about the past. This could be method of mapping out the pros and cons, or reflecting on what went right and what went wrong. It is a sort of an introspection. Let us introspect. with the background of whatever has happened, but not to worry about it. Don't introspect to the extent of getting annoyed, getting worked up, feeling disappointed and complaining about it. That is the worst that can happen. Instead, we will have to draw inferences from our past and try to believe and things will be better and it is going to happen. Anything that happens there is a reason behind it. We simply don't know the reason. That is why we are getting rejected from a job or breaking up with a relationship, whatever, and that is all causing a big problem, significant problem. Though those experiences are not most positive, they may make us reflect on the parts of ourselves which can working towards improving. And see, we are brooding over the past quite often, and that is taking away precious energy, God-given energy of the mind. And it's a psychological defeat when we keep thinking about the past. Let us think about the present, analyzing every small point as to what can be done, how we can use that particular resources, what are we into, and what are the ways and means of getting across something better. It's a question of making research for the future, which has to be welcome, not brood over the past or get worried or get disappointed about the past. And that situation, we have, it was probably there are many incidents where, a lot of unexpected things happen. We must also understand life is full of unexpected situations than what is expected. That is the truth of life. But we don't seem to believe when everything is going all right. And when there is an obstruction, suddenly we get into a problem. And we feel that, okay, this has gone wrong, we are not able to go along with others. Then the mechanism of comparison starts. Like he was my equal to me, now look, he got a promotion and now he is my boss. Instead of worrying about such situations, better to analyze where did we go wrong in that and try to put more effort to cover up the deficiencies. That means introspection of our own past is of utmost importance, not from the point of view of worrying about it. Worry is something which doesn't help anybody. It will keep on wasting. It starts as a small seed in a moment and becomes a big banyan tree in a matter of 1 or 2 days itself, sometimes even in hours. So that is one bottom line message we should all try to practice and learn first of all, and practice to start implementing it. There is no point in knowing about things. The beauty or the life activity is in trying to implement things what we have learned so far. I think there is a slight lack of understanding in ourselves. The next point is initial expectations may be very high in any scenario, but we need to capitalize on certain points of utmost importance and never to be complaining about what was not available. What was available, we need to go more into it and find why we did not use those opportunities. I think this is a good way of dealing with our life. And expecting the moon all the time is not correct. It is not possible, and the time is, all the planets are transiting continuously. No planet has stopped. When a planet transits from one sign to another sign, obviously it will impact the human life. Some people who are very well placed may slightly go down. Some people who are never anywhere can come to a very good situation. These are all the effects of planets. So astrology comes into picture, and we should not keep on expecting the best possible all the time. On the other hand, whatever is available now, we should get hold of them now and start using it with a specific goal, but not exploit the knowledge portion of it to see where we can improve, how we can improve, what are the other resources that may be required. This is the best method of trying to improve our own life despite the difficulties and odd situations we always encounter. Like one girl who called up a little while back, mentioned that she has a problem in the job. She is getting suspicious about retaining the job. Why was that? I pointed out a date. From June, something like June 20th, you must have found certain variations in your job. That is when Jupiter, the key planet or the significator for her question, from the point of view of Aruda Lagna that I get by shuffling the cowries, that became retrograde. Retrogression of a planet means revision. So, there is nothing to be afraid about revision. Sometimes things do not work out as per our own visualization. And how are we sure that our visualization was right? There is no guarantee for that. We only expect, we only hope, we only fix up boundaries. Okay, now I want to reach this level. Now the job scenario is changing and that is affecting. That was her question. But when you look at it, look at the practical scenario explained that by that particular girl, the caller who called some half an hour back, it only shows that psychologically, of course, everybody will get affected, no doubt about it. After all, we are human beings. We can't expect to be saints with that level of consciousness. So it's a practical situation she is experiencing. Then comes the doubt as to why it has suddenly started happening. The reason is that particular key planet, Jupiter, became retrograde on June 20th. And that is a significator for her question in astrology. So practically she has used it. Instead of trying to further think deep in the negative direction, through the tools of astrology, I have given her a positive note. Whatever revisions that you are facing now, whatever you are feeling uncomfortable now, face it. There is a lot to be learned in that. And by about October, mid or end of October, that particular planet will become direct. Then she will keep moving. Let me. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Archana.
Okay. What's your question?
The question is related to job.
Job, you have not got a job or you're in a job, you're not happy. What is the point?
No, I'm not at that.
You don't have a job right now. When are you getting the job? Hold on.
Yes.
Probably around December 15th of this year to January 15th of this year, you might get a job. There have been quite some obstacles. I am not able to make out what is the kind of obstruction. I am not able to decipher from this Prashna Kundli. But definitely by December 15th of this year to January 15th of next year, that is 1 month period, could be interesting for you, and put your best efforts. Some points are there, like moon. Your mind seems to be not so firm on a specific job. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you have to zero in and try to change your mindset in terms of not fixing up the mind. Look, I only want this type of job. That you leave it. Keep an open mind on the issue. Keep an open mind on the issue. Grab whatever you get across. And the choice we may get later on, not immediately. There are good things in store, no doubt. But at the moment, you are looking for a specific type of job, which unfortunately you have not got. But there are good chances of getting it between December 15th of this year to January 15th of next year. That 1 month period will be interesting. Nevertheless, August 17th to September 17th also should be of considerable interest to you regarding the job. Maybe you may get an interview call, maybe you will face some interviews, so on and so forth. And we are on August 1st today, that's another 2 weeks later, things should be better. Go ahead with that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
All the best. So, this is how, like even the call which I answered just now, see, the use of astrology lies in analyzing her mindset now. She has been very specific about the job she wants to do. We can't be so selective when we are in the job market. For that matter, anything in the world. We should only have a goal. What is the goal? The goal is that she